Christopher Nolan's upcoming movie, The Odyssey, is cooked.
The Facts Hunter.
Variety magazine released an article that reads as follows: Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey earns R rating. Teens and twins hoping to find out if audacious makes it home to Ithaca are going to need to bring a parent or adult guardian to the multiplex.
You suck.
The Odyssey, Christopher Nolan's sprawling adaptation of Homer's epic poem, has been rated R by the Motion Picture Association. It's unclear why the picture got this designation. We're guessing some Cyclops carnage and body count heavy battles? It's unusual for summer blockbusters to carry an R rating lately. Studios typically try to have their action-heavy adventures earn PG-13 or PG ratings so they can play to the broadest audience possible. Now, why did this movie get an R rating? As we can read in the article, they're guessing that there will be some violence. And yes, in the Odyssey, there's a section where a Cyclops kills some of Odysseus' men in a very graphic manner. Very much grabs them by the feet and splashes them against the wall. It's pretty gruesome. I can imagine head exploding and brains spread all over the walls. So that could be a reason. But I guess we'll find out. Now, let's continue. However, Nolan's last film, Oppenheimer, also had an R rating and was released in the heart of summer. It went on to gross nearly $1 billion at the box office. Other Nolan summer films like Inception, Dunkirk, Tenet, and The Dark Knight trilogy all received PG-13 ratings. Universal, which partnered with Nolan on Oppenheimer, is distributing The Odyssey. It opens on July 17, a summer stretch where many of the director's other films have found success. The Odyssey reportedly carries a budget of $250 million, so it will need to bring in crowds. It ranks as perhaps the most expensive R-rated movie in history, topping the likes of Joker, Fully Adused, and Deadpool and Wolverine. In addition to Nolan, one of the biggest names in movies, the cast includes Matt Damon, Tom Holland, Zendaya, Robert Pattinson, and Anne Hathaway. Now, let's go back to analyze this article. The first part, we have to take in consideration the violence. The Odyssey is one of those stories where there's gonna be some things, including violence and nudity. So it is almost impossible to make this type of movie and not show some of those graphic scenes. I mean, we can take as reference the previous adaptation of a Homer epic tale. For example, when we see the 2004 adaptation of Troy, there were some graphic scenes there, some heavy battles and some nudity. And it was pretty much difficult to cut off all of those things, but the movie did well. I mean, it was a success and it didn't have that much controversy, Now, and let me tell you, I remember watching this movie in the theater and I was a little surprised to see a couple of scenes. For example, that scene where Brad Pitt's character, Achilles, when he fights that big dude at the beginning of the movie, like this scene right here. Look at that, this scene right here. I was surprised to see the exact moment when Achilles stabs this guy. I was surprised. Honestly, I was surprised to see that. But what can I say? It was enjoyable to watch. I mean, the movie had good actors. It had good writing. Everything was great. As you can see, the lighting, everything, the costumes, the costume designs. This is a great movie. A great movie. And let me tell you, this movie, when you go back to the article, it tells you down here how much the movie cost for this new Odyssey movie, right? It says it cost $250 million to make. In order for this movie to earn its money back, so it's gonna have to make, let's say, twice is gonna be $500 million plus half of 250, that'll be 175 million. 175 plus 500, $675 million, if the math doesn't fail me. I'll put it on the screen so you guys can see if I made a mistake or not. But it's looking bad. I don't think this movie is gonna make its money back. I don't think it's gonna make money back. And the reason why, well, there are a couple of reasons. Before I continue, if you guys like what I'm doing here, click a like and subscribe. Write a comment down below if you agree or disagree. And let's keep going. Number one is the trailer. Look at that. The trailer already has, look at that, 327,000 likes and 206,000 dislikes. And this is the most recent trailer. There was a previous trailer that was released about 5 months ago, and this one had a lot more likes. I guess with time, as we learn the new stuff that we know now, like the casting, the writing, the dialogue, and how the movie looks, it just turned off people, and they ended up disliking even more and more. And just recently, there was a featurette released for this movie, and the featurette right now is getting ratio big time. Look at that. Well, I mean, big time, maybe I'm exaggerating, but look at that. It has 7.1 thousand likes and 7.6 dislikes. Yeah, this is looking bad. I mean, there are so many people that are just not liking this movie, how it's looking. Me, myself included. I guess I'm clicking there too. Yeah, I'm not crazy about this movie. Honestly, I am not crazy about this movie. And it's a disappointment because I consider myself Christopher Nolan's fan, but not to this point. Not to the point where, I mean, when you compare the movies, the Odyssey, when you compare the costume design, the looks, honestly, the original Troy movie, it looks a lot much better. The original Troy movie from 2004. I mean, look at this, for example, this scene where the ships, you look at that. I call that epic. Over here, we have the Odyssey trailer, and we got this. Look at that. Oh, it just lacks that gravitas. It doesn't look impressive. It's just disappointing. The movie, the Odyssey, the trailer just looks bad. And as I mentioned in my previous videos, when I put in comparison the movie Barry Lyndon compared to this trailer of the Odyssey, it's, for some reason, movies are looking bad. They're not looking epic. And actually, I am going to say that one of the reasons why I'm disappointed at Christopher Nolan is because he just doesn't like to work with computer-generated images. He just doesn't want to learn how to work with them. And he's just stubborn. The guy is just stubborn, and he got to that point where he just earned an Oscar from his last movie, Oppenheimer, and now he thinks that he knows better, and he doesn't want to adapt. There are directors out there who are using computer-generated graphics, and they're creating still very attractive, very nice-looking movies, like James Cameron with all his Avatar movies. They look great. Steven Spielberg is coming out with a new movie in about a week at the time of filming this video, and it's also looking good. But yet, for some reason, Christopher Nolan doesn't want to work with CG, and it's just looking bad. These IMAX cameras that he's using, in my opinion, they're starting to look like very expensive Canon cameras or Nikon cameras, whatever brand you want to add there. He's just not using them in a way that makes the film look epic. It's just kind of disappointing. There are some scenes that they just don't look good. I am disappointed. I am going to tell you I am disappointed. Now, as we already seen here, the trailers are getting ratio big time. And in order for this movie to be considered a success, it's going to have to make about $750 million at the box office. And I don't think it's gonna do that well. For example, when we compare the top grossing R-rated films of all times, we can see right there, Deadpool and Wolverine made $1.08 billion. The Joker movie got $1.07 billion. Oppenheimer, it got close, $976 million. The next one is Deadpool 2, $785 million. Number 5 again, Deadpool, the original one, which almost made the same as the second one, $782 million. Oppenheimer is not gonna make that one. No, I can tell you right now, this movie already has way too much baggage. It's not, people are not gonna go watch it. And one thing I have to mention is that I remember when Oppenheimer came out, there were a lot of people that were disappointed with it because it was an adult drama. It was not an action movie. It was not a thriller. It was not a suspense. It was a period movie, basically. It was like a history class assignment that you went to watch. And personally, I'm gonna tell you right now, my disappointment on Oppenheimer was the nuclear explosion. Personally, the nuclear explosion, I was disappointed with it because I was already building up anticipation to see a nuclear explosion on IMAX. I wanted to see Christopher Nolan's recreation of an atomic bomb explosion, a nuclear explosion on the big screen on IMAX. I was looking forward to see that, and it was a disappointment because it was a spoof. Now, let me bring this up really fast. Another YouTuber made a video recently. He put up a video comparing both nuclear explosions, what a real nuclear explosion looks in film compared to Nolan's nuclear explosion. This fellow, the YouTube channel Breakdowns and Blockbusters, he put out a video about 2 days ago which analyzes the situation with Christopher Nolan and why he's not using computer-generated graphics. And as you can see, the title of his video, Nolan's no CGI rule is ruining his movies. And yes, that was, for me, the thing that disappointed me the most about his movie Oppenheimer. Now, recently, this fellow, Breakdowns and Blockbusters, he changed his thumbnail. His original thumbnail showed right there the comparison between Christopher Nolan's atomic bomb explosion and compare it to what an actual nuclear explosion would look like. And this is what I was imagining I was going to see when watching Christopher Nolan's movie on IMAX. But instead, we got this little look at that. Look at the difference between a nuclear explosion and whatever this type of explosion Christopher Nolan decided to put on his movie. I was disappointed. I remember watching that scene, and there were like little sparks of maybe, I don't know, it was like gunpowder or something. I don't know. It was a disappointment for me to watch that Christopher Nolan's take on a nuclear explosion. And a lot of people shared the same feeling as I did. And this fellow right here in his video, he's also showing why Christopher Nolan's stubbornness of not wanting to use computer-generated images is just ruining his movies. Go watch this video. This is a good video right there. I highly recommend it. Unfortunately, it has only 22,000 views. I'm gonna put a link to this video down in the descriptions, but go watch it. Now, going back to Christopher Nolan's movie, he's not gonna make his money back. I can tell you right now. And the main reason is because the Odyssey, number one, the trailer, as I already mentioned, they look bad and everything. But look at just this list of the top grossing R-rated films of all times. What do all these 5 movies have in common? Look at that. Number 1, number 2, number 4, and number 5. What do they have in common? They are all comic book characters movies. Deadpool, the Joker, Wolverine, these are IPs that have been around for a long time. I remember as a young fellow, I was reading Wolverine comics on my teens. I discovered Deadpool when I was on my 20s. And so all that nostalgia, all that love that I have for the original characters, watching an R-rated movie with these characters in the movie, it was a dream come true. I wanted to see violence. I wanted to hear cursing. I was all in, and I wasn't alone. You can see right there that all that people went to watch those movies, and that's why those movies make so much money. Oppenheimer was an anomaly because there was a good marketing campaign to promote both the Barbie movie and the Oppenheimer movie. If you guys remember, there was a so-called Barbieheimer, I think. Yes, as you can see, Barbieheimer was a marketing campaign that was heavily promoted. People wanted to go watch both movies, the Barbie movie and the Oppenheimer movie. And I remember pretty well, a lot of people came out disappointed from watching Oppenheimer. A lot of people found it boring. A lot of people found it, myself included, disappointing that the nuclear explosion wasn't, as spectacular as we anticipated. So this is not gonna happen this time. There is not gonna be something that is gonna help boost sales of the movie The Odyssey. There is no marketing campaign that is gonna save The Odyssey. Not this time. So I don't believe that The Odyssey is gonna repeat the success of Oppenheimer. Not this time. Especially because of the controversy that The Odyssey is already carrying. We can see on the dislike ratio of the trailer that there are already a lot of people disappointed, and it's just gonna be a bump. It's just gonna bump at the box office. This movie so far is not looking epic. There are some people that are throwing around that word, calling it an epic. How are you gonna call this movie an epic when you haven't seen it yet? Look at this, comparing Troy to The Odyssey. I will call this epic. Look at that. That to me is epic. This over here, that doesn't look epic to me. That looks dark. That doesn't look like something that will earn me calling it an epic. I'm sorry, I just don't like this. I don't like the look of this. I don't like the feel of this. I don't like the dialogue. And it's just not gonna pull that many people. It's just not gonna make the money back. It sucks, but I hope Christopher Nolan learns. I hope he learns his lesson. Start using computer-generated graphics, put good dialogue, make your movies look brighter, but that's it pretty much. This movie is cooked. The Odyssey is cooked. But we'll see if he learns. Who knows what's gonna be his next movie? Who knows if the studios are still gonna give him $250 million to make movies where he uses the word daddy? I mean, come on. It's not good. It's not good. But yes, that's it for this video. Write a comment down below. Let me know if you agree or disagree with my opinion. Let's try to keep it civil down there. And yeah, thank you for watching. You guys have a good one. My name is Carlos. I'm a Fox Hunter. Bye-bye for now and take care.